moments. It's an odd question, but do you think there's a difference between a Jehovah's Witness and a professed Jehovah's Witness? I know it's a very odd question.
Yeah, it is, isn't it? Yeah.
The Watchtower 2 weeks ago had this title, it had the subject of child abuse, and it was talking about Jehovah's Witnesses who have abused children.
Yeah.
But it said that Jehovah's Witnesses who have abused children are only professed. It says, in addition, some professing to be a part of the congregation have succumbed to perverted fleshly desires and have sexually abused children. So it seems to indicate that Jehovah's Witness, if it's an elder or a ministerial servant who's abused a child, then they're only professed Jehovah's Witnesses.
Well,
what do you think?
Well, first of all, I've worked with children for many years in my job as a community psychiatric nurse. And in England, the UK here, if anybody abuses a child in that way, or physically, emotionally, it can be reported straight to the police.
I agree.
Or the social
It should
service.
do.
Well, it is.
But not if you're a Jehovah's Witness.
Well, no, it is.
No, if you're a Jehovah's Witness, you've got to ring the Bethel first.
Well, you could, but you can report it straight to the police.
You're actually told, elders are explicitly told in the Shepherd, the Flock of God book, they must ring Bethel.
Well,
first.
Well,
and under no circumstances are they told to ring the police.
Well,
they are told not to prevent the victim from ringing the police, but they must not report.
No, you got it a bit wrong. We had a letter not so long ago that any elder, anybody who suspects child abuse, suspects, can report it straight to the police. It doesn't have to go to the Bethel or anything. And if I suspected someone in the congregation of that, and I know I'm a retired, I go straight to the police.
Well, I'm really glad to hear that. I must say, well done.
It's
Thank
a
you.
criminal, because it's a criminal.
Yeah.
It's like a Jehovah's Witness robbing a bank, or mugging people, or raping people.
Yeah.
But child abuse is 10 million times worse than that.
I agree.
Yeah, I think most religions have got it wrong. Even in the big churches, they cover it up, don't they? Church
well, they have done. They certainly have done. They seem to be recognising it now and apologising. But I don't want to seem to be just running Jehovah's Witnesses down. I'm not.
No.
But there is a problem within Jehovah's Witnesses of child abuse. My own daughter was abused by an elder. He's in prison now. And I know, and I don't want to contradict you, but the letter that you're referring to does not say that the elders must ring the police. It only still reiterates they have to ring Bethel.
No, it's purely that anybody in the congregation, be they a publisher, a servant, an elder, if they suspect, this is the word, abuse has gone, have the right to inform the police because it's a criminal offence.
It absolutely is, except that the Watchtower here, sadly, only ever calls it a sin.
Well,
it's a grave sin. It's a sin against the victim. It's a sin against the congregation. But it doesn't say it's a crime.
Well, it is a crime.
You're right. It is a crime.
Yeah.
Of course, it's a crime.
Yeah. It has to be reported to the authorities.
Yeah.
Because there's no one or two witnesses or anything. It has to be reported. I've reported 3 people over the years to the police.
Well done. Well done.
And it's a criminal
Was that
offence.
in your professional work as opposed to a Jehovah's Witness, if you don't mind?
No, in the congregation twice, and in my professional work dozens of times.
Right.
Because what we had to do when I worked for the NHS, it wasn't up to a nurse or community nurse or a psychiatrist or a doctor to search or to interview the person, etc., because it's a crime.
So the police have to do it?
Yes.
Absolutely.
It's the same today. They must be reported to the police.
Yeah. Well, you are absolutely right. However, I can tell you that just a couple of years ago, 2 elders in Ireland bypassed the Bethel and rang the police, and they were removed because they did that, because the instructions are to ring Bethel first.
Well,
so I'm reassured to hear you say what you've done.
Yeah, well, it is. I mean, and a lot of when I was in psychiatry, we did a big search of our caseloads, and a good 50 to 60% of all clients, whether they had psychosis, neurosis, or whatever, and when we took a family history, they'd all been abused.
Right.
And
it does. Yeah. Well, I know that from my own daughter's situation.
Yeah.
But if I may just, and I don't want to keep you from the assembly. The problem here is that Jehovah's Witnesses they're not claiming ownership of their own members that do it. They only call abusers. So if an elder has abused a child, and we know some have, and servants, they are only professed. You see, in addition, some professing to be a part of the congregation. So they won't even claim that, yes, some Jehovah's Witnesses have done it.
Well, one of the difficult things is paedophiles are attracted to any job, any organisation that has children, i.e. children's homes.
Right, yeah.
i.e. churches.
Yeah, scouts and stuff like that.
Yeah, where there's children, even me and Linda were in St John's Ambulance for a long time. We knew the guy who was looking after the children, and it was in the paper last week that he was. Yeah. So wherever you've got it,
you're absolutely right.
It's one of the worst problems.
Well, to be fair to the Watchtower, it calls it sexual abuse as a worldwide plague. So we know it is a worldwide plague.
Yeah.
I'm just concerned because I'm aware of hundreds of cases within Jehovah's Witnesses, and I really mean that, hundreds of cases that don't get reported to the police. And one more point, I'm going to let you get on.
Yeah.
About 2 years ago, the Australian government set up what was called the Australian Royal Commission to look at various religions, and they actually targeted in on Jehovah's Witnesses as one. And they found, from the figures from the Bethel, from Sydney, that there were 1,006 Jehovah's Witnesses who had been abusing. 1,006, of which none had been reported to the police.
Well, everything's changing in this and in society as a general. Well, there's a toleration of
there is,
toleration of abusers, but it's a crime against the state. It's a crime against God, but it's a crime against the state.
You're right, absolutely right.
And as I say again, if I suspected someone, I had a word with him, and I went to the police. I told him that.
Yeah.
And in the end, the police came to see him.
Yeah. Because elders don't have the authority to go and get someone's computer to see if there are child images on it.
No.
Elders can't look at phones. No. Elders can't look at other things.
That's why you have to.
That's why you have to.
Sorry to interrupt, Keith. Tracy's been looking for you.
Oh,
anyway, Keith, it's been nice to see you.
Sorry
you take care.
Yeah.
All right.
You all right?
Nice to see you. Bye then.
How was it? You all right?